Hello all, my name is Dan Haywood. I go by the moniker Animoscillator. I am a musician and multimedia artist from Bozeman, Montana, USA. As a musician, I have toured around America in various punk and indie rock bands, and you can find my work on YouTube, Instagram, Etsy. Just look up Animoscillator. My name is Dan Haywood. I go by the name Animoscillator. I'm a multimedia artist and musician. I work with like video and cardboard. I try to be creative in all facets I can be. Do I remember the first time when I created something? My parents were really good about not just buying me every toy I wanted, so I had to make do with what I had a lot of the time. So a lot of that is playing with like cardboard boxes and making a castle out of those and stuff like that. So really it's just been like as long as I can remember I've been doing this. I try to do a lot of things. I'm not just a musician. I don't only sculpt with cardboard. I try to make everything work. You know, my ultimate goal is to be able to support myself doing all of this. So I need to have a lot of fires burning at all times. I don't just focus on one thing. For better or worse. When I start a new video, I start with a mood or a concept. I find a lot of my inspiration comes from 80s and 90s horror and action films, B-movies, cartoons, retro video games, pro wrestling, and comic books. I digitize and capture everything in real time as I experiment with each knob in each setting. That way I never miss a scene or a look. Once I am happy with the material I have captured, I import and edit it down. The key is to keep an open mind and not to fall into the same habits. You got to keep everything funky and fresh. A long time ago, a roommate and I were just shooting it on a couch, trying to come up with cool names for things. We were really into this band called Animosity. I love synthesizers. What makes a synthesizer work are oscillators. So we just put that together like Animoscillator. Like, oh, that's awesome. Working in my studio, I really love it. It's really small. This is my little sanctuary. This is my little room, and I gotta make it how I want and do what I want. I grew up watching, like 80s and 90s sci-fi and horror films and stuff, and there's always that scene of the room with all the TVs and stuff in it, and it dawned on me as like, I have that now. Like I made that. I definitely am in the nerd camp. I always have been. They're a huge influence, especially like 8 and 16-bit video games. A lot of content that I take. I mean, I actually know there's some of this video playing behind me is directly ripped off of a Sega Genesis game. I think some of that artwork was just so beautiful. And it works really well with the glitch work that I do. The collaboration with Volcom, yeah, that was amazing. One day I woke up and was scrolling through Instagram and got a DM from a guy that works over there, and he's like, hey man, I saw your video stuff and I really like it. Would you be interested in collaborating with us? They were looking for video glitch artists and stuff, and I came up in the feed, and I think it was luck of the draw, really. And of course, I jumped at that opportunity. They commissioned me to make a video with some of my music in it. Just a couple-minute video that really showcased a lot of my artwork. The plan was that they were going to then take that video and take screenshots out of it to print on their clothing line. So I really wanted to get as much imagery into my final product as possible to really give them a wide range of images to take from and stuff like that. With my music and video art, I really love the I consider kind of like a generative approach where I will set up a bunch of parameters and then let the machine take over and then see what happens there. I kind of work symbiotically with my machines. They do as much of the heavy lifting as I do. Every time I start up, I don't know what my final product's going to be. I might have an idea in my head like, ooh, I want this song to sound like Prince, or I want that video to look like whatever. And then I'll try to get there, but I'm not trying to hit that mark exactly. I like to see where things take me. I want to do this full time. I want to make a living. I want to wake up in the morning and my only job is to create. That's what I want to do. I want that day in and day out, all I have to do is be as creative as possible and put out the best work possible. That's my goal. That's been my goal from the beginning. And I'm continuing to work towards that. And I feel like I'm getting closer and closer. Do I think everyone these days can be an artist? Absolutely. You can draw a smiley face with ketchup on a hamburger, and who's to say that's not art? I don't know what makes an artist, but that's definitely a step in the right direction, is create something and let people see it. Today, it's easier to do that than ever. So yeah, I think anyone can be an artist for sure.